Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Fated Curiosities. Today we're diving into the darker side of Valentine's Day. But before we get to the infamous St. Valentine's Day Massacre, let's take a quick look at the origins of this holiday. St. Valentine, the namesake of this romantic holiday, was actually several different historical figures. The most popular story revolves around a Roman priest from the 3rd century. Legend has it that when Emperor Claudius II banned marriages for young men, believing single men made better soldiers, Valentine defied the order and continued to perform marriages in secret. When Valentine's actions were discovered, he was imprisoned and eventually executed on February 14th. Before his death, he allegedly wrote a letter to his jailer's daughter, signing it, "From your Valentine," a phrase we still use today. Over time, the day of his martyrdom became associated with love and romance. But now let's fast forward to a very different February 14th, one that would go down in history for all the wrong reasons. It's February 14th, 1929. The streets of Chicago are cold and the air is tense with the ongoing gang warfare of the Prohibition era. Little did anyone know that this day would become infamous for one of the most brutal gang killings in American history. Picture this. A small garage at 2122 North Clark Street in the Lincoln Park neighborhood. It's 10:30 in the morning, and 7 men are gathered inside. These aren't just any men, they're members and associates of George Bugs Moran's North Side gang. Suddenly a Cadillac sedan pulls up outside. 4 men step out, 2 of them dressed as police officers. They enter the garage, ordering the 7 men to line up against the wall. What happens next is a scene straight out of a nightmare. The officers signal to their companions, and in a flash, the air is filled with the deafening rattle of Thompson submachine guns. The 7 men are mercilessly gunned down in a hail of bullets. When the real police arrive, they find a scene of utter carnage. 6 of the men are already dead. The 7th, Frank Gusenberg, is barely clinging to life despite having 14 bullet wounds. In true gangster fashion, his last words before dying 3 hours later are, "I won't talk. For God's sake, get me to a hospital." The massacre claimed the lives of Peter and Frank Gusenberg, frontline enforcers for Moran; Albert Kochelik, Moran's second-in-command; Adam Heyer, the gang's bookkeeper; Reinhard Schwimmer, a former optometrist turned gambler; Albert Weinshank, who managed cleaning operations for Moran; and John May, an occasional mechanic for the gang. While never officially proven, all fingers pointed to one man, the infamous Al Capone. The massacre was likely a move to eliminate his rival, Bugs Moran, and take control of Chicago's criminal underworld. Ironically, Moran himself narrowly escaped death. He was running late that day and spotted the police car outside the garage. Thinking it was a raid, he kept his distance, a decision that saved his life. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre shocked the nation. It became a symbol of the extreme violence of the Prohibition era and cemented Chicago's reputation as a hotbed of organized crime. The brutality of the killings turned public opinion against gangsters and helped accelerate the end of Prohibition. It also marked the beginning of the end for Al Capone's reign over Chicago's underworld. So there you have it, from a day of love to a day of violence. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre remains one of the most infamous events in American criminal history. It's a stark reminder of the dark underbelly of the Roaring Twenties and the brutal reality of gang warfare. Next time you're celebrating Valentine's Day, spare a thought for those 7 men who met their end on that cold Chicago morning. Their story is a chilling chapter in the annals of crime that continues to fascinate us nearly a century later. Thanks for watching Fated Curiosities. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And remember, history isn't always as romantic as we might think. See you next time.